A group of friends planned a surprise birthday party. One person had one job: bring the cake. They never showed up. The next day, everyone has an excuse, but one person's story has a fatal flaw.
Welcome back to Fluent Friends, the podcast where you learn English by solving mysteries. I'm Leo.
And I'm Mia. Today, we're talking about making plans with friends and breaking them. And somewhere in this story, someone's excuse completely falls apart.
Shall we get into it?
Let's go. This one's personal. I may have been the flaky friend once or twice.
Somehow, I'm not surprised.
Hey, okay, so here's the setup. There's this group of 5 friends who hang out all the time. They decide to throw a surprise birthday party for their friend Nadia.
Right, a classic scenario.
Exactly. And the plan is super simple. Everyone has one job. Alex is on decorations, Sam is handling the music, Jordan's job is to pick up Nadia, pretending they're just going for coffee, and bring her to the party. And that leaves Riley.
And what is Riley's crucial role in this operation?
Riley has the most important job of all: bring the birthday cake. When the idea was first suggested, everyone was really excited. Sam immediately replied to the group chat, "I'm down."
Hold on a moment. I'm down. To a British ear, that sounds rather negative, as in, I'm feeling down, meaning sad.
Oh, that's so interesting. No, in casual American English, "I'm down" means yes, I want to do that, or I agree to the plan. It's super common. If someone asks, "Want to get pizza?" you'd say, "Yeah, I'm down."
I see. One of those phrases that could get you into trouble if used across the pond. Noted. Though everyone was down for the party.
They were. The invitation asked everyone to RSVP so they could get a final head count.
RSVP, a little bit of French that has made its way into English. Many people don't realize it's an acronym for Répondez s'il vous plaît.
No way. I honestly just thought it was an English thing. Like, I never even thought about what it stood for. Okay, so everyone confirmed. Riley replied to the final check-in text on Thursday with "sounds good."
Now, that is a dangerously vague phrase. Sounds good. Is that a firm commitment in your view, Mia?
Yes, I mean, mostly. If I say "sounds good," I'm planning on being there. What do you think it means?
To me, it means I acknowledge your plan and have no objections at this moment, but I am not contractually obligated to appear. It's like that corporate jargon we talked about last time with the leaked email. Let's circle back. Sounds good is the social version of that, a non-committal placeholder. I think it means you're hedging your bets. It's the verbal equivalent of a shrug. It protects you from commitment.
No, it's just positive and low pressure. Like, I remember I was invited to a last-minute barbecue, and I wasn't sure if I could finish work in time, so I said, "Sounds good." And I did end up going, and it was great. It just means I'm optimistic about attending. Wow, okay, harsh, but maybe it's a US versus UK thing. I feel like Americans might take it as a yes, while you Brits, with your famous indirectness, see all the hidden meanings.
Perhaps. We do have a habit of saying, I'll get back to you, which often means I am hoping a better offer materializes, and if it does not, I will attend your function.
Okay, that's brutally honest. Anyway, let's fast forward to the evening of the party. The plan is in motion. Alex has done an amazing job with the venue: streamers, balloons, a huge happy birthday banner. Sam has the playlist going, and Jordan texts the group, "We're on our way." She has no idea. Everyone is hiding, ready to jump out. But there's a problem. Riley isn't there, and Riley has the cake.
The fatal flaw in any plan: human error, or in this case, human absence.
Totally. People start texting Riley, but there's no response. And here's a little detail. Sam, while waiting, mentions that Riley had complained in the group chat that morning, saying something like, "My phone is about to die, need to find a charger before tonight." Just a random annoying detail.
Right, an unremarkable detail.
So 10 minutes pass, 20 minutes, then Jordan texts again. "We're 5 minutes away," and there's still no Riley, no cake. Nadia arrives, everyone jumps out. Surprise! She's so happy, but there's no cake. It's so awkward. Someone has to run out and buy cupcakes from a nearby shop. The party goes on, but everyone is secretly furious with Riley, the no show.
This touches a nerve, I must admit. Unreliability is something I find genuinely disrespectful. This person is what you would call a flake.
Okay, yes, a flake is someone who makes plans and then cancels or just doesn't show up. And I confess, I've been that person. I really try not to be, and I feel terrible about it, but sometimes life happens, something comes up.
Does it, or is something came up simply the most convenient, vague excuse to avoid saying, I don't want to come anymore? I think it's lazy. Go on, defend yourself. Give me an example of a time something came up that was a legitimate, unavoidable last minute emergency that you couldn't have possibly communicated earlier.
I think it can be legitimate, but I admit people overuse it. It's a code. But if something truly unexpected happens, what are you supposed to say?
I once waited at a restaurant for 45 minutes for a friend who was a no show. No text, no call. They messaged the next day with, so sorry, something came up. I have not fully forgiven them. A simple message asking to postpone, to take a rain check would have sufficed.
Oh, a rain check. I love that phrase. It means you want to postpone the plan. It comes from baseball, right? If a game was canceled by rain, they gave you a ticket, a rain check for a future game.
Precisely, it's a perfectly polite way to defer a plan. Riley could have used it, but didn't. So, what happened the next day?
Okay, so the next day, the group chat is buzzing. Before we hear from Riley, here's what the others said. Alex wrote, I spent 3 hours decorating. Riley knew how important this was. I even confirmed with everyone the day before.
The frustration is palpable.
Then Sam said, I don't get it. We all RSVP'd. Riley said, sounds good when we confirmed the plan on Thursday. And Jordan added, I was the one who had to pretend everything was fine when Nadia walked in and there was no cake. It was so embarrassing.
The social shame. Dreadful. And now, the excuse from the accused.
Finally, Riley responds with this long apology. It says, I'm so sorry, guys. Something came up at the last minute. I had a family emergency. My brother called and needed help moving some furniture. It took way longer than I expected. I texted you I'd be late, but I guess it didn't go through.
All right, a classic excuse, a family emergency combined with a technology failure. So, to our listeners, who's lying about why they didn't show up? And what's the fatal flaw in their excuse?
If you're not sure, go back and listen to the story again. There's one detail from earlier in the day that completely contradicts what Riley said. When you've spotted it, come back for the reveal.
Take a moment, pause if you need to. Here it comes. 3, 2, 1. Riley is lying.
Yes, Riley said, I texted you I'd be late. But earlier that day, Sam mentioned that Riley had complained in the group chat about their phone being dead. They literally said, my phone is about to die. Need to find a charger. You can't send a text with a dead phone.
So either Riley found a charger and sent the text, in which case the text would have almost certainly gone through and someone would have received it, or the phone was dead and no text was ever sent. Either way, the excuse doesn't hold up.
And something came up is already the vaguest excuse in the book. When you combine it with a claim that doesn't match an earlier detail, it's clear Riley just didn't show up and made up a story after the fact.
The dead phone was mentioned so casually that your brain probably just filed it under boring detail. But that boring detail is exactly what proves the lie. Shall we recap some of the key vocabulary from today?
Let's do it. First, rain check. Remember this one? It means postponing plans to another time. If Riley had just asked for a rain check the day before, none of this would have happened. It comes from baseball. When a game gets rained out, you get a ticket for the next one.
Then there was flaky, someone who makes plans and then doesn't follow through. We all know a Riley. Perhaps we've all been a Riley. Mia certainly has.
Moving on, sounds good. The most dangerously vague confirmation in English. Does it mean yes? Does it mean maybe? Leo thinks it means nothing. I think it counts.
And finally, no-show, the person who was expected but simply didn't appear, the ultimate party foul. So Mia, what's your word of the episode?
I am picking rain check. I love it because it sounds so polite and harmless. Can I take a rain check? Plus, the baseball origin makes it so much cooler.
I'll admit the etymology is rather charming.
Next time on Fluent Friends, two travelers end up with each other's suitcases at the airport. One of them claims they never checked a bag, but their story about the journey doesn't match the airport at all. Can you figure out what doesn't add up?
All the vocabulary from today is in the description below with definitions and examples. And don't forget, you can also listen to Fluent Friends on Spotify.
If you're new here, you can start with any episode. Each mystery is standalone. But if you want to catch up, we've had a disappearing wallet at a dinner, a colleague's suspicious weekend story, and a confidential email leaked by one single word.
That was a good one today.
See you next time.
Bye.